Joined with Head men's basketball coach Mike Schauer after his team's 86-60 victory over UW River Falls in the championship game of the Lee Pfund Classic. Coach, a really strong second half to put away a WIAC team that had been back and forth with you for much of the first half.
Yeah, I was really frustrated with myself. We had I think it was a 15-point lead with about 2:40 or so left in the first half, and really played very poorly down the stretch of that first half, and kind of frittered that away a little bit, and got down to 7, which was kind of an uncomfortable place to be at halftime. But then obviously just played, and the biggest thing we struggled with down that stretch of the first half was we just didn't have very good ball movement. I mean, one of the strengths of this team is the ability to share the ball and get a lot of different people involved, and we struggled with that a little bit at the end of the first half. But obviously the second half, we did share the ball, hit a lot of shots. We've got two really good guards. Tyson and Ye they just constantly are putting pressure on the defense. They're constantly in attack mode, and we've got shooters around those guys. And so if we'll share the ball and just take the shot that is a quality shot for us, we're a tough guard.
You obviously have names that are familiar with, but new roles. How do you see these two guys fitting together? And you starting to see the puzzle pieces fall into place here with all these guys in new roles after the Final Four run last year.
Yeah, I was just sitting in our office before shooting this, and just thankful for the Zimbabwe trip, and from a basketball standpoint, it allowed us to practice, in May, really so differently than we were a year ago, obviously, and we started to sort of discover how good Ye and Tyson were with the ball coming off ball screens, and both of them just had great trips. Even though the competition wasn't necessarily great in Zimbabwe, our practices were competitive and a little different, and so I knew coming into the year those guys were going to put pressure on the defense and be difficult to defend, and I think they kind of we can kind of go back and forth between the two of them, and it can be difficult to guard. To have two guys that can really come off screens and actually come off ball screens a little differently than each other. So we're kind of just discovering what this all is. People ask me what I thought going into tonight, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm going to discover it along with everybody else, but people that know me well know that I can be a bit pessimistic, and I've actually been pretty optimistic about this team. I've watched us play pretty well, and certainly better than I think people thought we would be, and it's not a prediction of anything in the future, but our ceiling is higher than people think it was going to be coming into the season, given who we had lost. So we're kind of excited to see kind of how it goes, and I'm looking forward to coaching them. They're a fun group of guys, and I think we have a chance to be pretty good. Obviously,
you always want to defend your home court, but how special is it for you to continue to, again, win the Lee Pfund Classic?
Yeah, it means a ton, and it's great to win and get off to a great start, but I said this post-game and try to say all the time, I mean, it means a lot because of who Coach Pfund was to Wheaton College, to Wheaton basketball, to me personally. He and Mibbs really are Wheaton basketball. The Pfund family is Wheaton basketball. It's the first family of Wheaton basketball, and fortunate that I got to know him really well. Became both a friend and a mentor to me. Was always very gracious and kind to me, as he was to most people. And then obviously getting to know John, Carrie, and Randy, and the influence they continue to have on our program. I tried to do a good job. It's unusual to have a team that didn't really know him. So about half to 2/3 of my team never met him. And so to try to just articulate who he was as a person and as a professional is something I'm going to really try to keep doing, because my team needs to know who Lee Pfund was as a person and certainly as a coach.